What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS, the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. And we don't bore you, baby. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, so before we get started, welcome to another episode, and I'd appreciate it if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so we could continue onward. I'm hoping that we could hit 1 million sometime within the next year or two, to be honest with you. Like, I'm really aiming for that million. I want to get that gold plaque. If I get that gold plaque, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be something outrageously insane when I get that gold play button from YouTube for hitting 1 million subscribers. So definitely let's journey on to that one, because I ain't gonna lie, I got a few different crazy ideas and I hope to be able to execute them. So hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and without further ado, people, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Yeah, I'm wearing a hat indoors. Let's get started. First up, it was very unpleasant to see last night over on the Twitters, or I guess technically when you're watching this, it was not last night, but either way, it was very unpleasant to see, and I was very disheartened to see this as well, because the author of Vinland Saga went on somewhat of an apology tour down my timeline over something that I was just like, really? Like, based on what I can gather and why he was apologizing, I was like, what the hell? Because the author of Vinland Saga, I believe, also is the author of another series, another manga, Planetus, if I'm not mistaken, and it's more like a space adventure type of thingy-majig. And basically, from, again, what I could gather, we're gonna read it all in a second, he said something in regards to the lore of his series. He wasn't talking about real life, he was talking about the lore of his series, but due to the statement essentially being made out of context, apparently some people were attacking him and he went on an apology tour. Let's take a look. So he was tweeting and he was saying, in reference to his story, again, Planetus, that is a space series if I'm not mistaken, referring to space and things like that, it's not a fantasy, fiction, or reality, okay? We hope you enjoy it. On top of that, if you can invoke something positive in your heart, it's all about manga artists. Thank you to everyone who enjoys Planetus. And I should have said you copy instead of okay. You copy is cool. And he was talking about the space series Planetus, right? And he also said, well, just a few words. Planetus is completely fiction, and it's just a lie. A spaceship that doesn't exist, debris that doesn't exist, a person who doesn't exist, and my fantasy set in the future. Regarding the impression that it is not interesting, I'm sorry for my lack of power. Pretty much, again, all in reference to his series, that the spaceship, nothing within his story, Planetus, I gotta keep on reiterating that, is real. But I believe, based on the context I can gather from all this, that he was being attacked, or people took it out of context and were basically trying to say that he was saying that spaceships and space and everything in reality isn't real. Like, basically he was saying space is fake or some shit like that. So that's what I believe people took it as, and boy did he go on an apology tour, and then followed by a rant about his picture on Twitter. But let's carry on so you guys can see what he said. No, I want to apologize. No one has told me at all. I really respect the people involved in space development, and I don't want to conflict with them at all. It's fiction, I understand. How bad is it to put out the fire? I'm sorry, it's too painful, so just a little more. This has nothing to do with the anime version of Planetus. It's only about my original manga. First of all, I'm very sorry that I am inconvenienced to all the people concerned by drawing only lies with my knowledge. Continue. I draw manga with a sweet outlook. If it's interesting, will you forgive me? But of course, some people find it uninteresting. Of course, for that person, it's not fun to spend time, and only the lies and inconveniences of the gnawing knowledge remain. I have no excuse. Just sorry. On top of that, if you continue to be offended, you will be at a loss as to how you apologize. Planetus is my fantasy and fiction. It has nothing to do with anyone or any organization that actually exists. I would appreciate your understanding. So basically, he's trying to say nobody told me anything, but he went on profusely apologizing if he offended offended real world corporations, real world organizations such as, let's just say, NASA, by saying like, yo, space is fake essentially. But he was talking about in the confines of his story that, yo, it's not real in my story. The spaceship is not real. And yeah, he basically went on apologizing. And it's really sad, man, that this is the day and age we're in, that you say a line and you're referencing something totally different. You're basically innocently speaking your mind about something, and because of the day and age that we're in, and everybody gets offended by damn near every possible thing you could think of, he has to go and apologize about Planet Test. Like, the Villain Saga author is apologizing about talking about his own fucking manga because people might take it away that he's saying space is fake. Ave Maria. Like, dog, that's ridiculous, and he shouldn't have apologized, period. There was nothing to apologize. You were talking about your own freaking story. Like, oh my god, I feel so bad for him. I feel genuinely so bad, but this is what the day and age we're in, where people are on edge. I myself find myself sometimes like, damn, should I apologize? Like, maybe I shouldn't have, like, said that. Like, it really messes with you when you feel like, yo, at any given moment, they're gonna come for me, they're gonna destroy my career over an opinion, over just saying something that might not even be within the confines of what they're thinking of. Like, it's crazy. And then following that, he just started going on a rant at how his picture was blurry on Twitter all of a sudden. So that's it. It looks like the icon is fanning. What is the cause of this? I'm sick and angry. This face, you Photoshop. Do you understand what you are doing, you icon? It's an icon I took more than 10 years ago because it was around the time I started Twitter. The image quality is very bad. I wonder what to do because it's a good opportunity. I wonder if I should change it. It's that, because it's a basic fluttering face. It may be better to have a character picture. Like, dog, he had a breakdown to the point where he felt like he should just take his picture off of Twitter and said it's blurry and like, dog, I ain't gonna lie, like, really, people don't understand the effects of mental health with this social media stuff. And I get it. People say, this is what you signed up for. No. Find a contract where it says the author of Villain Saga signed that he can feel, you know, like a nervous wreck because he said something about his own fucking manga and people might take it out of context. You ain't gonna find that, okay? Like, my hat's off to the man that he, you know, I'm sure he went through it, like, to the point where he just started raging about it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I never went through it that bad where I felt like, oh shit, I'm gonna get attacked, and look at my fucking picture on Twitter, what the? Just shout outs to my guy. And again, it's the unfortunate situation that we find ourselves in today in society, that talking about your own manga makes you feel like, yo, I might have said something wrong about real life events or something. Oh my god, I didn't mean that on social media. Crazy. Okay, people, next up, we got a slew of very, very hype announcements. I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking about 3 big video game announcements based off of manga and manhwa, but it's like the popular manhwa. Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell you like, yeah, I wish is getting it. No. Pretty much, we got 3 video game announcements. I believe 2 of them is mobile, if I'm not mistaken, and 1 of them is console. And I guess let's get started with the 7 Deadly Sins, because I found this post. Somebody said, phew, how hard it is to find it. The 7 Deadly Sins Origins is a game that appears as a sequel to Grand Cross. It will be open world. You can climb walls or dive to find treasure chests in water. It is programmed for PC, mobile, and consoles. Oh shit, so this is going to be console as well and PC. And there's a trailer right here, and I'm not going to lie, based off the trailer, this looks like it's going to be so much fun. I ain't going to lie, the other 7 Deadly Sins mobile game was actually pretty fun. Like, I didn't give it enough of a fair shake. That's why I always still say Bleach Brave Soul's favorite mobile game of all time. But like, just looking at it, the action, Meliodas fighting and everything, it looked like he was fighting one of the 10 commandments, the weather changing and stuff like that. This is going to be insane. Honestly, I will probably play this for consoles. Whoa, I just thought about it. It's going to be on PC, mobile, and consoles. Normally, isn't it just like PC and consoles or just mobile? I mean, I guess there's, I'm sure people are going to, no, Fornev, you don't know. I'm not that big into gaming like that, all right? But I'm into gaming like this. Like, right here, this is already, oh my god. Like, that's one of the things that, like, if you go to the Naruto Storm games, my favorites, minus, like, because it got really good towards the end, like Storm 4 and stuff like that, the graphics and everything, the gameplay and whatnot. But I really appreciated Storm 1, that it felt open world, even though you can only really run around in the confines of Konoha. But nevertheless, I love that aspect of it. And I'm looking at Meliodas right here. He's diving, swimming underwater. This is something I need in my life, and I'm definitely going to get this game. If it's free on mobile, I might cheap out, but if it's on consoles and it's not that expensive or whatnot, or if it's a free-to-play on consoles, which it probably will be now I'm thinking of it, like if they're putting it on mobile and consoles, it'll probably be a free-to-play with like in-game purchases or whatnot. I'm here for it, baby. So we got a 7 Deadly Sins game incoming. It looks beautiful. It looks like it might be a really, really awesome freaking game. But then on top of that, there was 2 manhwa-inspired games coming coming out. Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is getting a console game, and this one is pretty significantly different even from that one. And I want to say the 7 Deadly Sins game is from Netmarble. I'm not too sure about the Solo Leveling one, but yeah, based on what I've seen from the Solo Leveling game, because there's a trailer with it too, it kind of looks like Devil May Cry with like a really epic OST, the gameplay. And I'm like, oh my god, this one I need to. Now, I'm not too familiar with Solo Leveling, to be honest with you. I know that it just recently ended. There's murmurings about an anime coming through, but yeah, Solo Leveling reminds me, and manga in general reminds me, that I feel like, because the generation before us, and I know I'm getting a little bit deep, but just bear with me, the generation before us weren't into cartoons, weren't into animated things. In fact, they were told by the media that cartoons is for children. They were indoctrinated with that mindset. So then when we got into cartoons, when we got into animation, and we kind of pumped it to where it's at right now, there's a lot of this next generation that is also into animation. But I feel like this next gen, just like how it is with music, how it is with everything, with cinema and whatnot, they're going to go in their own direction. And while we love the Japanese comics, you know, we love manga, we love Japanese animation, anime, I think the next generation might pump and move forward in a different direction of still loving animation. But I think Korean manga and Korean anime is going to be the next big thing with that generation. It might not happen really soon, but there's titles that are making waves. Like, imagine Solo Leveling pops off, boom, people start buying the manga, and they're in color. So it's something else that the next generation can be like, oh, it's in color as well. The Japanese ones are black and white. I'm going to go with the color. It's just how kids think. You know, they love colorful things. It's visually appealing to a child's eye. And I think that's one of the big things that's going to happen. Again, I thought initially, like, oh, maybe in my generation, you know, the manga and stuff like that is going to take over. It's not going to take over. It's going to make waves. And I think the next generation might push it to be what, like, Dragon Ball Z was for our generation, Naruto was. I think the Solo Levelings, the Gods of High School, the Tower of God, those are going to be the next gen. And speaking of Tower of God, because like I said, it was a triple whammy. We got 7 Deadly Sins with a Netmarble game. We got a console game for Solo Leveling. I'm not sure. Is it Netmarble? I don't think, but I'm not 100% sure. Which again, it looks like Devil May Cry. It looks freaking awesome. And then on top of that, Tower of God also got a game. And I want to say that is as well from Netmarble. And it looks freaking awesome as well. It's a new, I'm not too familiar with exactly like the details of it, but looking at the trailer, it looks fun as shit as well. And I'd imagining this one probably be mobile, because I'm a big Tower of God fan, but I just like the story and the characters and stuff like that. So I don't know if this video game, like, it looks cool. And just in general, this is a great day right now for people that love anime inspired video games, manga inspired, whatever it is. This is freaking awesome. I'm not too familiar with Solo Leveling. I might get into the video game before I get into the series. I don't know. Like, I only read a couple of chapters of the first volume, which I got the first volume back there somewhere. But yeah, then Tower of God. Wow, this is crazy. I'm looking at it right here. It looks pretty freaking awesome as well. And a triple whammy. Again, big video games coming. So yeah, people, a triple whammy of video games. And again, I think it's so awesome. It's a break away from, we've been having these fighting game after fighting game and battle arena. Like, let's get something different. An open world 7 Deadly Sins game. A Devil May Cry style Solo Leveling game. I am all the way here for it. This is the change that we need. You see, Bandai is making changes. We got a hide and seek Dragon Ball game coming out. Even if the games from Bandai don't look the greatest or whatnot, ultimately they look like they're going to be fun. And that's what video games for me personally has always been about. Fun. Okay, people, next up, I wanted to cover this because I found it to be interesting. A prominent voice actor in the anime industry, just in general, he's done a lot of really awesome and amazing things. He played Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop. He played Orochimaru in Zabuza in Naruto Shippuden. He's Tom from Toonami. And the list goes on and on with this man. I'm talking about Steve Bloom. Recently over on Facebook, he made a post, and he usually expresses his opinion on a lot of different things, but I did find this one to be interesting because it was regarding voice actors poaching other voice actors' jobs. Let's read. He said, "Hey VO folks, just a gentle reminder, if you see an audition for a role somebody is currently playing or has recently played, don't automatically assume it's okay. It often means the person who has played that role is in negotiations. You don't want to get your big break by poaching. Ask questions. If you know that person, ask them first. Thank you. Hashtag integrity matters." And somebody said, which was kind of like counterintuitive to what Steve Bloom was saying, "Sounds like gatekeeping, Steve. I get your point. No one wants to see their friends or coworkers lose a job, but you can't get mad at someone else taking less money so they have an opportunity to feed their family and get into their dream job. Not everyone can win the same race." And Steve replied, "You don't win by bringing down the bar, ever. If you believe that undercutting someone is the path to your dream job, please choose another profession. You won't last long in this one," which I gotta agree, like, you're bringing down the whole industry by undercutting, like, yo, oh, what, he wants $100 an hour or some shit, I'll do it for 50, I'll do it for 40. You're really creating problems for the industry. So I definitely agree on that one. And then another person said, this feels like something really easy to say as one of the top talents in an industry that seems to just cycle through the top talents. And Steve replied, sure, it only took me 30 years and 100-hour weeks working 3 crappy day jobs to get here, but please tell me how easy I had it. Which Steve Bloom been doing this a long time. He's a vet. I'm not gonna lie, I can understand maybe some people feeling a certain way in terms of like, yo, dog, come on, man, people want to get their break. But if your break is by breaking someone else's legs, you're going to break, okay? You can't do that because, I mean, for starters, just look at it from a social standpoint. A lot of voice actors, they're friends with one another. If they feel like, you know, Jenny got in by taking Greg's job, they're gonna look at Jenny like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We don't really want Jenny around here. Jenny just messed up Greg's life, his livelihood. He's had that job for like 20 years. He was playing, you know, etc., etc. So they probably ain't gonna rock with Jenny and probably aren't gonna want to have her a part of conventions and all that stuff. So I don't know. I feel like Steve is right for the most part. I can understand the other side of it, but in general, again, you don't want to ruin somebody else's passion and job and in general what they got going on because you want an opportunity. I can understand maybe ignorance if like, hey, I just wanted to try and get a job voice acting. I had no idea that X, Y, and Z was in negotiations or the original voice to begin with. So yeah, I can understand that, but definitely what he said in there as well kind of applies to that. Ask questions. So very interesting stuff. Let me know what you think on this one. Kind of curious to see you guys' perspective on what Steve Bloom had to say regarding voice actors poaching other voice actors' jobs. Next up, people, more bad news regarding the virus hitting other voice actors in the industry, which I'm not even gonna lie, it is wild how it's been like the last couple of weeks. We just keep hearing voice actor after voice actor after voice actor that got hit with it, that has contracted it, because now it says voice actor Junichi Suwabe diagnosed with COVID. Talent agency Haikyo announced on Monday that voice actor Junichi Suwabe has been diagnosed with the new COVID disease. Suwabe had previously come into possible contact with a person infected with COVID and thus began to self-isolate. He had an issue with his throat on Saturday, so he took a test, which came back positive. Following advice from medical professionals, Suwabe will focus on recuperating, while the agency will identify individuals with whom Suwabe was in close contact with in the previous days. Suwabe has voiced such characters as Victor Nikiforov of Yuri on Ice, Shota Aizawa from My Hero Academia, Archer and Fate Stay Night. Oh, so this guy is a little bit of a legend here. Daiki Aomine from Kuroko no Basket, Akira Hayama from Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma, Grimmjow in Bleach, Keigo Atobe, the Prince of Tennis, and Leon, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden. Ave Maria. Yo, this dude is he's an OG. Yo, please get better. I really pray for him. You know, at the end of the day, some people obviously affects him in different ways. Some people get really sick. I've said it multiple times. Beginning of this year, I was deadly sick. I couldn't get out of bed. I was in bed for like 2-3 days straight with a migraine. Thankfully, I had backup videos, so you guys really didn't catch wind of it, but I was sick as a dog. So yeah, I prayers and best wishes to him, anybody he's been in contact with, his family and all that jazz. Get better, Grimmjow. We need you to come and kick some major ass in the upcoming Bleach anime, alright? Nah, seriously, just get better. Okay, people, and last story of the episode, it was released, which in case you don't know, one of the biggest sellers or buyers or just in general industries of anime manga outside of Japan is France. France loves them some anime, love them some manga, especially their manga sales. It'd be astronomical. And here we have, I believe, the top 28 selling manga for France for 2021, and it is definitely interesting to note. And I believe these are volumes, so it's not just like full-on series. But at 28, Demon Slayer number 9, 27, One Piece number 4, 26, Demon Slayer number 8, a lot of Demon Slayer already, 25, Demon Slayer number 7, then 24 and 23 is Spy X Family 2 and 3, My Hero at 22 with My Hero number 4. Wow, so a lot of newer fans getting into the series, obviously, if, you know, number 4 is doing 132,000. Demon Slayer number 5 at 21 with 133. One Piece number 3. Wow. Yo, a lot of people must have just got into One Piece because volume 3 sold 137,000 in 2021. That means probably upward of 100,000 new One Piece fans alone in France. That's crazy. Start content creators, One Piece creators in particular, go start catering to France. They got a lot of One Piece brand new fans. They would love your content, I'm sure. Then Naruto number 4. God damn, Naruto. Yo, 139,000. What happened? That's crazy. 18, Jujutsu Kaisen number 2. 17, My Hero Academia number 3. It looks like just a whole bunch of brand new manga fans in general. Jujutsu Kaisen number 0, 146,000 at 16. Assassination Classroom number 1. Yeah, it seems like just a strong wave of new anime or new manga fans. Spy X Family number 1. Demon Slayer number 4 at 13. Then 12, Attack on Titan number 1, My Hero Academia number 2 at 11, top 10, One Piece number 2 at 10. What the hell is going on? 171,000, Demon Slayer number 3, 184,000, then number 8, Jujutsu Kaisen number 1, 191,000, Naruto number 3. What? Why is old Naruto and One Piece volume selling hundreds of thousands of copies? What? My Hero Academia number 1, 206,000. That's interesting. My Hero Academia number 1 sold more than like Naruto number 1. Oh no, never mind. Hold on. Demon Slayer number 2, 207,000, and number 5, One Piece number 1 at 200 with 223,000. At number 4, Naruto number 2, 230,000 at number 3, Demon Slayer number 1, 254,000 at number 2, and Naruto Volume 1 with 274,000 at number 1. The highest selling manga volume in France in 2021 was Naruto Volume 1. Yo, clap it up for the newbies. Clap it up for the new fans. We gotta welcome them with open arms. We can't gatekeep into this fandom that we love of anime and manga. Welcome aboard if you're in France watching right now. Bonjour to the FORNEVERNEWS, baby. That's really interesting though to see like 2020. It looks like once the pandemic hit in 2020, like in the US, it was 2020. It was a rush. So many new anime and manga fans. And then 2021, it looks like it continued on in places like France where they just started getting all of the old stuff. That's really freaking awesome. And it also shows that a lot of these series, Naruto, One Piece, they stood the test of time long enough to be able to be in the ranks and outdoing newer series with new fans. Like instead of My Hero or Demon Slayer, you would think, right, it's 2021 at that particular point being number 1. It's Naruto, and One Piece is in the mix as well. Like shout outs to that, and just in general, again, really awesome stuff over there in France. It seems like they got some pretty awesome fans coming through. And yeah, people, that's all the stories we have for today's episode. Curious what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, stories that maybe you think I missed that I should include in the next episode. Obviously, this one wraps up the week from Monday through Friday. We'll be back on Monday with the next episode of Forever News. Weekend, of course, we do anime videos, manga videos, all that jazz. But yeah, another successful week. Shout outs to you guys for continuing to support. Love to see it. That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day, baby. Ooh, I know you love the ForneverWorld hat, dog. We coming through. We coming through. Let's go. Oh. You are what I know. So just go to ForneverWorld.